Hi everyone, it's Sintang Mayumi. For today's card, I'm going to make light up Valentine's Day card for my husband. I'm going to use the stamp set from Some Odd Girl called Electric Love Stamp Set. Before I begin my stamping, I will die cut my panel first with Elizabeth Craft Designs Dashing Rectangle. I will place my die cut panel on my mini Misti, and I'm going to add the light bulb and the sentiment on the paper, and I'm going to line them up the way I want it, and then pick up with the lid of my Misti, and then I'm going to ink them up with Versafine Onyx black ink and stamp it on the paper. I did stamp the image and the sentiment a few times to get good impression. And then I'm going to emboss this with Wow Clear Embossing Powder. And then heat set it using my heat tool. I did very simple coloring on this light bulb using my Z Clean Color Real Brush markers. I'm going to score my card base and fold it in half. I cut 8.5 by 11 inches of cardstock lengthwise, so I get 2 card base from 1 cardstock. This red card base I'm going to use is from Papertrey Ink Pure Poppy cardstock. I'm going to cut the center of the heart inside the light bulb with my craft knife, and that is where I'm going to place my light. So I'm just going around the inside of the heart, and I'm going to cut it with my craft knife. And then I'm going to trace the inside of the heart with a pencil and mark where I want my battery to go on the red card base. And then I'm going to trace the corner of the panel on my card base so I know how far I can add or place my foam tape, and it will also guide me later when I add my panel, because I have a little bit of border on the card base and I want it to be centered perfectly. I'm going to use one of the Pear Blossom Press Power Pack. It's my first time to use this one, but I got this pack a few months ago. I can say that this power pack is super easy to use, and it already comes with battery when you buy it from her online store, so that's another good thing about it. I'm going to add strong double-sided tape on the back of the power pack and then trace the left corners on each side so I know where exactly to adhere it on my paper. I'm matching up the switch button on the power pack. If you see the small circle in the middle of the left side of the power pack, that is the on or switch button. I'm going to match that up with the on word from my sentiment. This one is a conductive cloth fabric adhesive tape, and this one is my first time to use it as well. I got this one on Amazon, and I got this one a few months ago as well. I haven't had a chance to use it until now. So this cloth adhesive tape is similar to the copper foil tape that I'm using before, but this tape is more stronger because it's cloth. Unlike the copper foil tape, it's easy to rip if you're not careful, so I like this one better than the copper foil tape. So I'm going to adhere the conductive tape starting on the negative side of the power pack, going to the mark where I want my light. As you can see, I didn't lines this time because I already know where I want to put, or where I want to adhere my conductive tape, so I don't need the lines. And then I will do the same thing, adhere the tape on the positive side of the power pack, going to the pencil mark for my light. After I adhered my conductive tape on the paper, I'm going to add my LED light. I use white LED light this time. And then I'm going to varnish it with my bone folders to make sure they are adhered well. I'm going to cut a little piece of vellum here, and I'm going to use that to cover the hole that we cut out earlier. And then I'm just going to adhere that with glossy accent. And then I'm going to add my foam tape. I'm making sure that I don't add the foam tape past the marks on the corners that I marked earlier, because again my panel is a little bit smaller, so I don't want the tape showing on my card. I'm going to use the arrow from Hifi Doodle Interactive Yours stamp set. I'm going to stamp it pointing at the on word from my sentiment. And I'm just going to stamp that with Versafine Onyx black ink. Let's go ahead and remove all the release paper from the foam tape, and we'll adhere the panel on top of it. For the inside of the card, I die cut another panel, same size as our front panel, and I will stamp this light bulb in the corner, left corner, using Memento Ladybug ink. And then I will add dry adhesive on the back of this panel, and then we'll go ahead and adhere it inside the card. And lastly, I'm going to add shimmer on the light bulb using my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. And my light up Valentine's Day card for my husband is finished. It's a simple design, but I like simple sometimes. I know he will love this card as much as I do. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.